it was not on any one of my predictions that the president of the United States of America would be pro Bitcoin, would then stand next to a senator that is filing, putting forward a bill for a strategic Bitcoin reserve. And then on top of all of that, go on to win a complete and utter landslide of an election in the United States. So those were my two highlights as far as Bitcoin goes. Was the ETFs, and then the President Trump coming in and putting his stamp of approval on Bitcoin, basically.
Do you think that played a like? Do you think that's it's? Of course, he's about to be sworn into office in 13 days. Do you think that played a significant? Do you think that's a significant milestone in Bitcoin's history in terms of its potential price action going into this? Well, I mean, we are in the new year, but in 2025, how do you feel about that? Like, how big of a deal was it that Trump is pro Bitcoin? And I'll caveat that with saying this: the Biden administration really dropped the ball, because I don't think Bitcoiners would have gotten into the political discussion, but we were forced because our industry was under attack. Operation Choke Point 2.0, the proposed 30% Bitcoin mining tax, the attack on self-custody, all the stuff that was going out that they were doing behind the scenes to essentially try to destroy our industry, like, forced us. And then that created an opportunity for Biden's leading political opponent to capitalize on it. And then what you said, Trump having the consciousness to look into it and say, hey, you know what? Like, I'm going to need all the votes I can get. I'm going to tell them exactly what they want to hear. Free. And I saw the thought process. It was first with CBDCs.
Yep.
And then he gauged the audience. The audience was like, yeah. And he was like, CBDCs. Yeah, I'm against that. And then he was like, Bitcoin. And then he was like, free Ross. And he was like, wow, I really like this. And then he spoke in Nashville and he's like, I'm going to fire Gary Gensler. The audience went crazy. And then he was like, I'm going to say that again. I'm going to fire Gary Gensler. So, and this is what politicians are supposed to do. They're supposed to pander, right? But he did have the wisdom to realize, this is a significant demographic that I want to vote for me in this upcoming election. So anyways, I'll preface it with that. HODL, floor is all yours.
Yeah, for me, I don't think, okay, I want to say this, but I want it to be clear. I don't think it was important for Donald Trump to be pro Bitcoin, but I think it was extremely important for the president of the United States to be pro Bitcoin. I hope that makes sense. I look at these two people as two individual characters, as two individual separate entities. It just so happens that in this moment of space-time, they are the same person, right? I think Donald Trump has the perfect personality to lean into Bitcoin and to assist the adoption curve of Bitcoin faster than any other potential human being that could be president. But I do not think it was essential for Donald Trump to be pro Bitcoin. I think it was very essential for the president of the United States to be pro Bitcoin. And we have that now. We have those two compounded benefits here because, Donald Trump has an amazing ego, which the Bitcoin price action will be utilized to support that ego. The president of the United States has the ability to certify an asset as a strategic reserve asset, as a this is now here to stay asset, et cetera, et cetera. And we have both now. There is absolutely no more conversation on, is the United States going to shut down Bitcoin? No. The answer is no. If you're sitting there going, oh, the United States might shut down Bitcoin, you have got your head stuck so far up somewhere where the sun doesn't shine, because you've not only got the president of the United States behind it, every single appointee is now pro-Bitcoin. There are people, senators, dropping like flies because they're not pro-Bitcoin. Bitcoin is here to stay. And again, from my perspective, I started shouting about this in 2023 when BlackRock entered the game. Because what did we think was going to happen? You think BlackRock got into the game and the president of the United States was going to be anti an asset that BlackRock was going headfirst into? It's just not going to happen. There's a way that this game works. And it's working out. It's working out. It's moving, obviously, from a Bitcoin perspective. It's going to move a little bit slower than what we're used to because we're all addicted to the crack cocaine of Bitcoin's price going up and down. But that's not really how TradFi assets work, right? So Bitcoin is now becoming an adopted TradFi asset. And as a result of that, it is going to go through its process. It's going to be a little bit slower than I think what most people want to see. But it's going to be a grind up, and it's going to be a grind up forever.
Need liquidity without having to sell your Bitcoin? For more than 6 years now, Ledin has been the trusted choice for Bitcoin-backed lending with transparency, security, and trust at their core. I absolutely love these guys, and I personally have not only an account with them, but also a loan. And some of the key features that I love about Ledin is the fact that there are no monthly payments. You pay at the end of the term. You also have the ability to roll over the loan as well, and you can pay it back whenever you want. Essentially what they do is that they help their clients unlock the liquidity of their BTC, allowing you to HODL while still accessing the wealth of your Bitcoin. They've been battle tested with their focus on transparency, security, and trust, allowing them to build a proven track record of client success and security, helping tens of thousands of clients harness the value of their digital assets with confidence and peace of mind. Learn more about what your BTC can do for you. Check out ledin.io today.